Have you ever heard whispers of a mysterious giant ape-like creature lurking in the remote corners of the world? You're probably thinking of Bigfoot in the forests of North America or the Yeti in the Himalayas. But what if I told you that stories of a similar being echo through the vast ancient landscapes of Africa? Today, we're venturing deep into the heart of the continent, to a traditional homestead village, to uncover the tales of a creature that walks on two legs, is covered in hair, and leaves behind footprints of an unbelievable size. This is a side of the cryptozoology world you've likely never seen before. So, where do these stories come from? Unlike the well-documented Bigfoot sightings in the Pacific Northwest, the African accounts are more fragmented, woven into the rich tapestry of local folklore and oral traditions. For centuries, elders in various regions, from the dense jungles of the Congo to the savannas of East Africa, have passed down stories of large, hairy, human-like beings. They have different names depending on the region and the tribe. In some areas, they're called the Agogwo, small, reddish, human-like creatures. In others, Yikakaliki, a larger, more ape-like entity. Let's imagine ourselves in a rural village in a place like Kenya or Tanzania. Life here is deeply connected to the land. The community is tight-knit, and traditions are the bedrock of daily existence. People know the sounds of the bush, the tracks of every animal, and the rhythm of the seasons. So, when something is out of place, they notice. And for generations, they've noticed signs of something that doesn't quite fit the description of any known animal. It's not a gorilla, not a chimpanzee, and certainly not a human. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence, much like its North American counterpart, is the discovery of enormous footprints. Imagine a farmer heading out to his fields at dawn. The air is cool, the ground is damp, and there, pressed into the soft earth, is a single perfect footprint. It's shaped like a human's, but it's nearly twice the size with a splayed, wide forefoot. It's a track that suggests immense weight and a bipedal stride. There's no sign of knuckles dragging, ruling out a gorilla. It's a chilling, awe-inspiring discovery. Who or what could have made this? The villagers gather. The elders examine the print, nodding with a knowing gravity. For them, this isn't a shock. It's a confirmation. It's a sign that the forest spirit or the great hairy one has passed by in the night. These encounters are often treated with a mixture of fear and profound respect. Unlike the sensationalized monster hunts we see elsewhere, in many African traditions, these beings are seen as guardians of the wilderness, ancient entities that predate humanity. To harm one would be to invite a curse upon the entire village. So, what do these creatures look like according to eyewitnesses? Descriptions vary, but a consistent picture emerges. They are said to be between 5 and 7 feet tall, covered in thick, often reddish-brown or dark hair. They have long arms, a conical-shaped head, and walk upright, often with a slightly stooped posture. Their faces are described as more human-like than ape-like, with deep-set eyes that convey an ancient intelligence. They are incredibly shy and reclusive, masters of camouflage, melting into the dense vegetation at the slightest disturbance. One fascinating account comes from a group of children who were playing near the edge of their village. They saw a figure gathering fruit from a tall tree. Thinking it was one of the village elders, they called out. The figure froze, then turned to look at them. Its face was flat, its body covered in shaggy hair. In a flash, it dropped from the tree and disappeared into the thicket with a speed that was both terrifying and mesmerizing. The children ran back to the village, their hearts pounding, with a story that would be told for years to come. What's really interesting is how these beings interact with the human world. They are rarely reported as aggressive. Instead, they seem to be intensely curious. There are stories of them watching villagers from a distance, or of strange, whooping calls echoing from the hills at night, calls that don't match any known animal. Sometimes crops like maize or bananas go missing from the edge of a field, with only those giant, mysterious footprints left as a clue. It's as if they are coexisting, living in a parallel world that only occasionally intersects with our own. Skeptics, of course, have their explanations. They suggest misidentification of known primates, like an unusually large baboon or a chimpanzee walking upright for a short distance. Others point to local folklore as a way to explain natural phenomena or to teach children to stay away from dangerous parts of the forest. And it's true, without a body, a clear photograph, or DNA evidence, these creatures remain firmly in the realm of cryptozoology. The scientific community, for the most part, remains unconvinced. But dismissing these stories outright means dismissing the lived experiences of entire communities. For the people who live in these homesteads, the Bigfoot of Africa is not just a myth, it's a part of their world. It represents the wild, the unknown, and the deep, spiritual connection between humanity and nature. These tales are a reminder that the world is still full of mysteries, and that there are vast wildernesses where secrets can still be kept. The search for these creatures is not about capturing a monster. It's about understanding our own origins and our place in the natural world. Could a relict hominid, a distant cousin of humanity, have survived in the isolated pockets of Africa, the very cradle of humankind? It's a tantalizing possibility. The stories from these villages are not just campfire tales. They are clues, pieces of a puzzle that stretches back into the mists of our own evolutionary past. So the next time you think of Bigfoot, I want you to expand your map. Look beyond the pine forests of America and cast your gaze to the savannas, mountains, and jungles of Africa. Listen to the whispers carried on the wind, stories passed down through generations in the heart of traditional village stories, of a tall, hairy, two-legged being that walks silently in the night, leaving only giant footprints as proof of its passage. The mystery is alive and well, and its oldest chapters may have been written in Africa. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey. What do you think? Could a species of undocumented ape or early human relative still be hiding out there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love exploring the world's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an adventure. See you next time.